The 3-0, babe. What do you mean? Oh, look at this beamer right here. Say about.
Is this how your control games go? There is a good chance throughout your gaming session in ranked play this will happen at least once, maybe even a few times. So how do we stop this? Well, obviously we hit the like and subscribe button first, because without doing that we won't have a video. Then we watch the video. First off, let's make sure that we are running the best weapons for MW2 ranked play. You're going to need the kills, so you need to be running the best. But don't be running one-off weapons all the time, or even in ranked play to begin with. The TAC is the best AR to use in ranked play. The Vaznov is the best SMG, with the Vel offering a great second option with a bit more movement. I will normally fill whatever my team is lacking at the moment, so if I see 3 ARs, there's no way I'm going to be the 4th AR unless I know I can't run an SMG that day. I'll run a Vel or a Vaznov instead. However, run whatever you feel gives you the best chance to win gunfights and keep your team in the game. First off, I'm going to go through some basic tips on offense and defense. Some basic tips for offense I can give you guys is to play together and play off each other. Don't always go out on solo missions, and please just never attack a site by yourself. It is normally not a good idea unless you know it's a 1v1 for 100% guaranteed certainty. I don't know if that's really a way to say something, but I just said it.
What was the point of that?
Create a plan and stick to it. If you like, hey, 3 guys are gonna go here, 1 guy hold mid so that people don't flank us and push around us, that's a good plan. If you guys can create a plan before the round starts, you will find a lot more success. At least you can tweak it for the next round or for the next games if you're playing with a squad. Attack one site and don't continue to throw lives away. If you're not getting a site, guess what? Maybe you can't get that site right now. Maybe you need to go hit B before you hit A. You know, some small things like that. There are sites that are harder and easier to get. Like A on hotel is a really easy site normally to get. However, B on hotel is the hard one. So if you can get B off rip, or you can get a few takes on B, that will help you out a lot more than if you get A. People will normally send people B first on offense, and then they'll rotate over to A just to get the cleanup on A before they start attacking B again. They're trying to hit B from more sides. Clear the sites before pushing. You need to get the kills to really get on the hill. If you don't think there's anybody there, there's a good chance somebody is there, and they're gonna get the kill on you because they know where you are and you don't know where they're coming from. So if you're on B hotel, they could be coming from mid, they could be coming from double desk, they could be up top bed. If you just dive on the hill, you have no chance at winning that gunfight. However, if you know you get top bed control, check. All right, someone's coming through mid, someone's holding couches. All right, check, one less spot. You got a guy on top, let's say top luggage. All right, you got double desk checked. All right, throw your flash, throw your nades, and next thing you know, you have good intel on where the enemies are coming from. It's a good chance they're coming from double desk or they're coming from mid at this point. Depends on what hills are left and depends on how many people are dead. If you got 2 dead, there's a good chance these guys, if they know you're on the hill, are gonna be pushing straight out of spot at that point. So on defense, you need to split up. You need to go 3 and 1 normally, or 2 and 2, or maybe just fill all lanes to see where people are. On defense, you can almost play it like a team deathmatch. Honestly, you're just trying to not give up the objectives. So on defense, you want to split up. You want to go 2 and 2 or 3 and 1, or fill all lanes throughout the map. You don't want to give up the good objectives. So like for instance, B on hotel, you don't want to give up B right away. You don't want to throw lives away trying to save a site as well. If they get a site, guess what? You gotta give up and you gotta move on. You cannot continue to throw lives away because it is a team deathmatch at the same time. You never want to be in a spot where the enemy has more lives than you with all the time left. That will never produce a good outcome. You don't need to get them off right away. Wait a second for a teammate to hop on the hill with you, and then you can attack them in a 2v2 or a 2v3 versus a 1v3, and then let your teammate do another 1v3. The odds of you guys winning a 2v2 or a 2v3 are a lot better than trying to win 2 1v2s. And doing this will help you not throw lives away because you're making more use out of each of those lives at that point. Some good defensive setups. I'm gonna go through all the maps here. On hotel, you really want one guy to hold A, like the backside of restaurant on your side. He can maybe push up depending on where you want them spawning. I like making them spawn back kitchen, especially if they get the A site. I will make them spawn back kitchen by pushing out through B, like to like the back plat area. That will make them spawn all the way out. It makes them have a long trek back to the objective. You have one guy peek middle arches or from reception. That person can choose which one they prefer. I usually like peeking from arches. It gives you a good visual on who's hitting couches, but I do realize that that guy means that he's more on the A side and he has to push through arches to get over to B, so that might be an issue, but sometimes it's good to have that second guy at A as well so they can't get A right off rip. 2 run B, one guy holds double desks and one guy pushes in the bed. And once you win some gunfights here, and you really want to be pushing up and trying to get more map control here. On LSCLO, hold AC, someone pushing the kegs, preferably a sub. One guy can hit satellite and one guy can play the back balcony or the top side of the windows. I like the top windows as well because you can play both sides. This guy can push up on either side where needed. Well, so one guy hits top bar, one guy can hit the fire pits deep left, one guy pushes in the B trying to get into those top windows area. That's a really good spot to hold. And one guy can hit the big window or vending area. Vending's probably the better one because you have a quick access to B, but vending is also a good way to be a rat kind of. It's hard to rely on the fact that you're going to peek there because you could be over at B as well at that point. Now we're gonna move on to the power positions for control at every single map. So on defense, on hotel, top bed is a very big power position because you get in top bed on defense, they have to flush you out. The first thing they have to do is get you out of there. If they don't get you out of there, you are gunning them from behind while your teammates push from double desks or even mid, and that's a recipe for disaster if you're on offense. Then connector the rugs is a big spot as well, kind of the P1 area. If you get them spawning in kitchen, they have to truck through this entire place, and you have all the crosses basically. You can hear them running through restaurant, and you're gonna have a gunfight if they run through mid, like P1 area, and you should be able to see them run through hot tub. And if they go across cat, you will see them as well. So it's a good spot to hold, and you're really gonna be able to lock down this map for them and you're gonna be a thorn in their side trying to get to the objective here. On offense, on hotel, you want to hit reception, double desks, and shandy for the most part. So reception is a good spot to hit. However, you really need an AR to be super effective here because they're gonna be hitting through double desks probably out spa, and that's kind of the spot where another AR might gun you, so you might have to snake a little bit. You kind of just want to be a rat though when you're here. You don't necessarily have to get all the kills, although getting the kills is really big. It's not always the best thing ever. Hitting double desks, getting on D2 is a great spot to be because once you hit this spot, they have to kill you before they can even hit the objective. With a sub, this spot is usually a lot better. That's one that I like a lot. And hitting shandy means that they're going to be spawning all the way back in the spa actually, so you're going to be forcing them spawning on B so you can get the A objective right away. And then I would even add to this that getting into spa is a good spot, but getting in the spa almost makes you worthless unless you have an AR and you can gun people from spa to like P2 area. LSC load on defense, hit the greenhouse. The greenhouse is a great spot to be our little rat. Most of the time I try to play a sub if I'm hitting greenhouse. Bottom bar is a good spot as well, and satellite. Bottom bar I play with the sub also. Satellite's a good AR spot. If you have enough ammo, you can sit up there and you can just beam people all day from up there, and they can't get the objective. That's a good spot either way. They can't get the objective, and you can kill them before they can stop you from getting the objective. It's a good spot overall. On offense, balcony, if you can get up into the balcony on their side to start spawn trapping, that's a great spot to be. If you can hit satellite, I believe you hit satellite, you actually make them spawn back of like behind AC, which is a really good spot to make them spawn. And you get to their top, like their top windows, or even like weights in locker room. That's a good spot because next thing you know, they have to push through there, and you can at least call to your teammates, hey, I hear one guy outside like a control. I hear one guy now, he's dead. One guy's off spawn right now. You can call this stuff out to your teammates and give you guys intel to help you guys win the rounds. Expo on defense, you want to be on the top window, and this top window is not the big window. This top window is the catwalk windows. That's a good spot to be. You can shoot them from behind as well. It's kind of like a top bed situation almost. A building is a good spot. If you have a sub, you can play ratty in there. It's always a pain to have to flush somebody out of that building, especially if they have a sub, because they can just hold the doors and not much you can do unless you can get a flash or a nade in there. And then bar is a good spot as well. If you can hold bar with like an AR, you can really lock down the map and get a lot of map control from that one. Expo offense, you want to get the backstage, big window, and vending. So vending is a good spot because, like I said earlier, you have access to A and B really fast. However, you are kind of at a disadvantage if you are trying to shoot somebody from backstage area or top of the stairs. So this isn't the best spot, but it's a good spot to be if you're just trying to be a thorn and you're trying to be a little rat, being a nuisance basically to the other team. Backstage is good because you can cut them off, so the only thing they have to worry about is vending at that point. Big window is more of a good spot because you make them spawn farther back and you make them have to try and kill you before they think they can push through. Big window is actually not as good as it seems sometimes, but if you can play it right and you can go out the fire pits and get behind people, it's usually a really good spot. Control is one of those game modes where you really need to work with your team to make it work. If your teammates do not talk, just remember there are times where you need to get on the objective, and there are times when it's not as necessary to get on the objective. When they are just getting on, you do not need to collapse right away. You have time to wait for a teammate to get near to help out, so you are not up against a 2v3 by yourself. And other times you need to hop on it to stop the clock, allow your team a chance to stay in the game, or because you have two guys on it already and you can speed run the objective. Hope you guys have all enjoyed this video. If you did, you should go check out my video titled Why You Suck at Ranked Play. This will be a really good video for you to learn and adapt in Modern Warfare 2 Ranked Play. Please drop a like and subscribe if you have not already, and hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Thank you guys.